Basically, if I look at the this particular act, actually, uh, it is very good. As we have to appreciate that, yes, at least the government has thought to educate the children of India, because I think the children of India, or maybe the people of India, were being exploited by the politicians all those days. And this has come for it's a unique idea, like to educate the children of the India, so that India prospers. And the cons, I think, to implement this, if you say that implement this IT Act immediately, it is a little bit difficult in a society like India. When you talk about admitting children and sending their children to private schools, because private schools have the habit, like not to admit poor children. Maybe they are discriminating like anything. We have seen, because this is the practical experience. They might not agree, but then the practical experience is that most of the private schools, they avoid to admit children from either from the minority society or from the weaker sections of the society. Now it will be very difficult for them. It's like to admit the children from the weaker sections of the society. And at the same time, if you tell them to admit handicapped children and give extra attention to them, I think that will be the main point where I think the government has to think about this, because as such they have challenged it in the Supreme Court. Even the Supreme Court has said now that yes, you will have to admit it. So they are finding loopholes how not to admit it. Since the government has the Supreme Court has already said that the minority unaided schools are not included. I think 70-80% of the schools will go out of it now, and most of the schools now, the trend has begun now. Even the government is receiving many applications, but most of the schools are going for this minority status. Now, if the schools go for minority status, how this act will be implemented? So I think there are many loopholes in this act where the government has to be very strict. Means they shouldn't allow the schools now at this juncture, when the act is to be implemented, to allow the schools to go for the minority status. And even in fact, there are all minorities, many minority communities, many people, they came to us also saying that why the minorities are exempted, because poor children, weaker section of the society are everywhere. It is not in the majority society, but in minority society also there are weaker sections. Where will they go? So that is the the most important thing that the government has to think about that. And another thing is that how the children also, means when they sit, the poor children are admitted in a particular classroom, and they sit along with the child who is from the well of the society. Now how they will take it up? Whether there will be any discrimination, maybe from the teacher's side, maybe from the fellow children, fellow students, or may also be from the management also. School management may not treat them properly, because this particular children, they don't have any infrastructure facilities. They don't have any, they are staying in a maybe slum area. They don't have proper books or proper even lights are not. Sometimes they don't get water also. Food and everything is a problem for them. And to accommodate those children in a classroom where the society, high society children are studying, how will they take it up? It could be like they will have some inferiority complex, or the children might be depressed. So some solution to be it is needed. Means I can say solution is to be needed, because this is the practical problem they are going to face, and the government must know in advance that yes, this is going to happen, not today, tomorrow, but the parents are complaining. Parents came to many parents, they came to us, how could it be possible? So I think how it is to be implemented is a very important thing. And before that, I think why the government is pressurizing the private schools. See, it is responsibility of the government to provide free education. They have the schools, they have the premises, even the BMC schools are, many schools are there. Now the demand is for English medium schools. Why the government is permitting or opening new vernacular medium schools when there is no demand at all? Many schools are closing down, vernacular mediums are closing, there are no students at all, there are no children. Parents are not interested to send their children to vernacular medium. They need English medium school, but the government is, like every day there is, you will see that the government is most interested in vernacular medium. And the intention of this politician could be like that after 2-3 years they will close down those schools and they will have the mall over there. So that is the whole intention. So first of all, if you tell me, then it is the responsibility of the government to improve the quality of education in public school. First you improve the education in public school and admit the children in the public school, provide proper infrastructure to them, provide proper education to children of the this public schools, and then only you think about the private schools. Why you are thinking about the private school? You have the plots, you have the premises, you have the infrastructure. Government can create infrastructure within 2-3 years and from today, and they can admit and those children. But forcing private school, it is not a solution actually.